This presentation introduces you to professional conduct in the workplace. You might ask yourself what professional conduct is and why is it important? Professional conduct involves ethics, morals, and standards of behavior. Being a professional, it is necessary for the person to maintain his or her ethical behavior and to have good professional conduct. Most organizations have codes of standards and professional values employees are expected to follow. You are most likely familiar with the John Carroll University Community Standards sanctioned by the Dean of Students. Here is an excerpt from those standards. Our community holds high expectations of how we live and interact with each other as we are all interconnected, and thus the actions of one of us has an effect on us collectively. Respect for self, respect for others, respect for property, respect for authority, and honesty, both within and outside the university community, are the foundations for our standards of conduct. When you enter an internship or job, it should be a priority to become familiar with your organization's professional conduct policies to ensure your performance and expectations are aligned. The basics are hardly basic. A slip-up in one of these areas can cost you your job and reputation. These basic standards should be followed throughout your professional career and life and will keep you out of trouble most of the time. Do not overthink this. If you are going to be late, call ahead. And don't make a habit out of being late. In fact, you should always report to work 15 minutes ahead of schedule so you are ready to begin work when the day officially starts. When it comes to attire, it is always better to overdress than underdress. You may have heard it said, you should dress for the job you want, not the job you have. It is okay to ask for an extension once or twice in most scenarios. Do not make a habit out of this and realize extensions are not a normal practice in the world of work. No one wants to hear excuses. Take ownership of your shortcomings and correct the issues. Tone establishes relationships, especially if you are new. You should approach all communication as professional as possible to establish your presence within an organization. Not everything needs to be documented or carbon copied. Be mindful of your intended audience and use caution when including others on emails. For example, if you copy someone's supervisor on a task that belongs with that individual, you may cause unrest without intending to. Build strong professional relationships. This applies to all interactions. Think long term. Lastly, avoid humor and sarcasm in emails. It's not worth the risk. Emails will forever document your mistake and are always subject to interpretation by the reader. Working in a close cubicle footprint is different from having your own office. Consider noise, fragrance, food smells, and anything else that can upset a small community atmosphere. When in doubt, ask your supervisor what is appropriate. Don't talk in code. Spoiler alert, everyone knows the code. Every negotiation cues you up for the next one. You don't want to get your way begrudgingly. Ask yourself, what is the resolution you want? The two pictures on this slide, sometimes work will feel like this. Sometimes it is best to step away from difficult situations and allow time to decompress and revisit the individual with a clear frame of mind. Push yourself in the right direction at all times. It is impossible to be right 100% of the time. Choose your battles. Know when to stay home. No one wants to get what you have or hear the gory details. Trust me. Many times this doesn't end well, and it's not advised. Consider how dating a coworker may affect your professional reputation. A few things to consider. You may need to inform your Human Resources Department of this relationship at some point should it become serious and obvious to protect yourself if the company policy is ambiguous. One of you may have to consider resigning at some point. Often addressing workplace flirting will make it stop. If it does not, or you feel uncomfortable, seek the support of your supervisor or Human Resources Department. If your supervisor is the offender, seek human resource assistance. Though you may be in a different setting, the rules are still the same. No inappropriate dress. You are still making a professional impression. When giving a gift, make sure it is appropriate. Nothing lewd, political, or potentially offensive. Keep it simple. Happy hours are a common practice and often an expectation in the workplace. You should not feel pressured to drink alcohol if you choose not to. If you are not comfortable with an obvious decline, there are plenty of alternatives that can give the appearance of social engagement at a happy hour without consuming alcohol. An example of this would be a soda water or clear soda with a lime. Know your go-to drinks. Approach liquor drinks with caution, as they can be stronger with less consumption than wine or beer alternatives. You should never drink on an empty stomach. Order an appetizer or visit the food area of an event before the bar. All of these things can cost your job. Be mindful. Religion, race, politics are all off limits at work. If you do engage, stay neutral and keep your conversations brief. When in doubt, don't. Sometimes things will not go your way. How you handle this matters greatly. Think about your professional reputation and take a breather if need be. Bad behavior can destroy your professional reputation. Leave your emotions at the door. There is nothing passive about passive-aggressive comments. Drama at work should be non-existent. Stay away from those attracted to drama or gossip. Guilt by association is a real thing. Gossip can have real impact and damage someone's professional reputation and career. This is not the reputation you want. Plays into the millennial stereotype. Drama on campus with friends. How does that affect you? Keep it at arm's length. If you find yourself unknowingly the subject of office drama, gossip, or conflict, move forward professionally. Do not create drama around the initial email or exchange. You should always talk in person. Seek advice from a mentor or a confidential consultation with a human resources representative if you need guidance. Think, how do you want to move forward? It is never too late to start anew. Leave the past in the past and do not hold grudges. This mature behavior will help others grant you the same courtesy in most cases. You should strive to live a life of integrity. Though it is a journey and you will likely stumble, every day is a new opportunity to live inspired.
Please come visit us in our new location in the Mastro-Tonti Student Success Commons located in the Griselli Library.